Hello, my name is Natalie. And this is the story of how my husband kicked me out of our home, pregnant and alone, without ever knowing that I was about to inherit $20 billion. Yes. You heard me right. $20 billion. Please stay with me as I share the story of my life. If anything in my story speaks to you, feel free to leave a comment, share your advice, or simply let me know you're listening. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's take this journey together. But the story didn't start with money. It started with love, or what I thought was love. I married Victor on a spring afternoon under a canopy of white roses. I wore my mother's veil. He cried during the vows. People said we were perfect. Victor was charming, ambitious, and from a middle-class family. I never cared about status. My father was a billionaire, but I never bragged or even acted rich. I lived a simple life, just wanted a man who loved me for me. Victor said he loved me. But what he loved was control. After the wedding, things slowly changed. He wanted passwords to all my devices. He didn't want me seeing my friends. He hated when I visited my father, who lived just outside Atlanta. Still, I stayed. I thought maybe love meant adjusting. I gave up my art classes. I stopped going out. I focused on being the wife he wanted. Then I got pregnant. And that's when everything exploded. I remember the moment. I was 5 months pregnant when Victor came home from work and threw my clothes into the hallway. "You can leave," he said, coldly. "Take your baby and go back to your rich daddy." I stood there barefoot, one hand on my belly. "Victor, what are you saying?" "I'm tired of this, Natalie. I'm not playing husband to someone who walks around acting better than me." I begged. I cried. I reminded him we had built a life together. But he slammed the door and told me I was just a burden now that I was useless and pregnant. He didn't even ask where I would sleep. I drove to my father's house that night, still shaking. I hadn't told him about the things Victor had said to me over the years. I didn't want to disappoint him. But when he saw me, swollen-faced and pregnant, he wrapped me in his arms and said just 4 words. "I've been waiting, Natalie." 1 week later, I sat across from my father in his study. That's when he told me something I never saw coming. He was dying. He had late-stage cancer and didn't want treatment. "I've been putting things in order," he said softly. "You're my only child. Everything, every company, every asset, every last share will be yours." I froze. "Dad, that's billions. 20, to be exact. You've lived humbly. I trust you won't let this break you." I cried. Not for the money, but for the way this man, who gave me nothing but love and safety, believed in me more than the man I married. My father passed peacefully that morning, holding my hand. At his funeral, lawyers handed me documents. With a single signature, I became one of the wealthiest women in the country. Victor didn't know. Not yet. I was living in my father's estate when the knock came. It was Victor. Thin, unshaved, and sweating. "Natalie, I heard about your dad." "I'm sorry, babe." I was angry. "You know I didn't mean it. Can we start over?" I looked him in the eyes. Calm. Dignified. Not a tear. "You kicked me out when I was carrying your child. I was stressed. Come on, Nat. We're family. I smiled. No. We were a mistake. And this baby will never grow up watching a man like you call himself a husband. I closed the door. My baby girl, Hope, was born in December. The moment I held her, I knew this was my reason. I set up a foundation for pregnant women who are abandoned like I was. I now own a tech empire, art museums, and real estate companies. But nothing compares to the peace in my daughter's laugh. Victor? Last I heard, he was working a desk job. Still bitter. Still blaming the world. Me? I walk into boardrooms with a baby on my hip and a billion-dollar smile. Because the same woman he threw out with nothing now owns everything he ever dreamed of. To every woman left behind, your worth isn't defined by who walks away. Sometimes, rejection is just redirection. My name is Natalie. I was kicked out with a baby in my belly. And now? I own the very world he thought I didn't deserve. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next inspiring life story. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment with your thoughts or advice. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.